week's Parshas, something very nice from the Rebbe's father, Rabbi Yitzchok Zatzal. In this week's Parsha, at the end, we have the mitzvah from the Yom Tov of Pesach, V'lo Yeroeh L'cho Chometz. You shouldn't have any chometz in your house. The Rebbe's father has a beautiful, interesting remez in a pirush, in explanation of the first Mishnah of Mesichte Psochim. The Mishnah starts off, the first Mishnah of Psochim, Or La'abasa, the evening of the 14th day of the month of Nisan, Boitkin es chometz. That's when you search the chometz, and then the next day you burn it, as we do B'dikas chometz, the night of Yud Dalet. And then the Gemara asks over there, why does it say the word Or La'abasa? Chua said Leil Abasa, the night of Abasa. It's not now light, it's not Or, it's darkness, it's choshech. So the Gemara said, in the evening of the 14th, you should search for the chametz. Why does it say the word oyer? Now there is an explanation. The Rebbe once spoke about a few times about Fabrengens. And the origin of this word is really from the Abarbanel and the Shalom. Many Mefarshim, the Arizal brings it. Many Mefarshim bring this thing. This is an interesting hint about every single Yid. We know, it says and explains the Chassidus, that chometz symbolizes the Yetzer Hara. That's like the Sa'or Shebi Isa, so to say. That's like the yeast that makes us haughty, makes us arrogant. And, you know, the difference between matzah and chometz is not the ingredients always. You could have flour and water, that's matzah. You can have flour and water more than 80 minutes. It starts blowing up, and that's chometz. So that's like expression full of hot air. The Yetzer Hara is nothing, but he blows a person up, and he doesn't have that bittul. He doesn't have that nullification. Matzah symbolizes a person is humble, and he serves Hashem, and he accepts Hashem's words with a full heart and soul, and doesn't ask any question. Has Kabbalah soil, that shows he's nullified Hashem's will. When a person has chometz, he's being arrogant, and he starts playing around, and you know, he takes things in his own hands, and that's the Yetzer Hara. That's chometz. The Yom Tov of Pesach shows we get rid of the chometz, and that gives us strength for the whole year. That when we work in the world, we should elevate the world. The hint over here, this Mishnah, according to the great Mefarshim, is telling about mitzvah boy. If you look at a mitzvah boy, when he becomes 13, so now he's going into his 14th year. The first day of his bar mitzvah, that night, we all know that his nefesh halakis, his second soul, his nefesh habahamis, his natural animalistic soul, is there from birth. When does he really get the push, and when does it kick in? The nefesh halakis, his godly soul, of course he always had in the neshama, but when does it start to reveal itself and it has an effect on his body? Is by the age of 13, by the day of his bar mitzvah. So the day of his bar mitzvah starts really the work, the service, to get rid of the chometz. And what happens when he does that? The nefesh halakis brings light into his body. And that's the hint of the Mishnah. Or, symbolizing on your nefesh halakis, the day you start becoming 14. That night, as soon as you start 14, your nefesh halakis, your godly soul kicks in, and it starts lighting up and brightening up your whole body to do Hashem's will. So, Or Labasa, that night, light will come into you on the 14th year, beginning of that year. And what happens? You'll be able to start getting rid of your Yetzer Hara. This is how Mefarshim explained the Mishnah. Comes Rabbi Yitzchok and says that this whole word is hinted in a posuk in Tehillim. It says in Tehillim, we always say it in the end of Hallel. We say, Keil Havaya Vayoer Lanu. That Hashem should lighten us, says the word also Vayoer, from the word oir, light. And with this, Rabbi Yitzchok says a very beautiful thing. Dovid HaMelech says in Tehillim, in the famous paragraph Yoshe B'Seisa Elyon, he says that the average lifespan of a person is 70 years is the average lifespan when a person puts in his work into the world. And if Hashem blesses him with great strength, Baruch Hashem, today we have over 100, 120. But that was in the Dovid Melech's times. The average was Shibim Shana. So here says Rabbi Yitzchok, a very interesting remez. We said before, for the first 13 years, he doesn't have that power from the Nefesh Elokis. It comes in when he's 13. So if you take 13 minus 70, you have 57. So it's 57 years from the Shibim Shana where this Nefesh Elokis brings oil, brings light into the world. Now we all know it says in Chassidus, these two names of Hashem, Kael and Avaya, are revelation. It says in Tehillim, Chesed Kael Kol Hayom. The kindness of Hashem, that's Chesed, that's revelation of Hashem. Havaya is also, we know, that's always when you have that name, means a revelation of God's name. If you take these two names of Hashem, Kael is 31, Havaya is 26, 31 and 26 adds up to 57. So look at this beautiful remez, says Rabbi Yitzchok. The average lifespan of a person, that says until is 70. 57 years is the time of Kael and Havaya when you bring revelation, and that's Vayoer. Look from the word or, that will lighten up the person. In other places, Rabbi Yitzchok adds that the word Lonu adds up to Elokim, which symbolizes concealment. So Kael Havaya, these two names of Hashem will bring light, and that will get rid of the chometz, which stems from the Shem Elokim. The person, we should only have oil in our light. That's the message of getting rid of the chometz, that the power from the Nefesh Elokis should bring light into everyone in his body, and he should brighten up the world with the oil HaTorah and the Neir from Mitzvah.